Welcome to the book of the law, the book of remembrance of Moses, fruits of the spirit, truth music, the Most High Thy Power's portion, the book of remembrance, the book of the law. All praises to the Most High. Reading out of the book of remembrance of Moses, the tablet of Gabriel, the book of the law, interpreted from the tablet of Gabriel by means of Urim and Thummim. By means of Urim and Thummim, page 7. Table of contents. Table of contents. Denny Lamb's preface. Chapter 1. An introduction. From Malachi the Lamb to the book of the law. In our first session with Urim for this volume, I didn't have any idea of how to proceed. What we received turned out to be the Messiah's introduction to this book of the law, an account of how evil was born, an account of how evil was born, flowing out of the first nation of heaven downward toward the prison house, sin seal, the bottomless pit called Shechat. Table of Contents, Chapter 2, an account of the original establishment of the law of Jeshurun during the first generation of mankind, and the origins of the three stations of evil, an account of how evil viewed the law of Jeshurun, and of how evil can know to come against people before they are born. Evil can know to come against people before they are born. And of how Enoch protected the way. Enoch protected the way. Chapter 3. An account of the origin of the tablet of Gabriel, and of Ida and the preservation of the tablet. An account of the covenant of Abraham and the conversion of Sarah, chapter 4. An account of Isaac and Rebekah having twins and the blessings of Jacob and Esau. An account of Jacob going to Haran and working to marry Rachel, and of her death, Jacob establishing the law of Jeshurun would be built into all things. And what that means, an account of the murder of Shechem and of Joseph in Egypt, and Jacob's last words of advice to his children. Table of Contents, chapter 5. An account, another view, an account of the family dynamics of Jacob and how it influenced the history of Israel. An account of the repentance of Jacob for entering into polygamy. An account of the repentance of Jacob for entering into polygamy. And of how Joseph had influenced to bring the law to the Gentiles. And of how Joseph had influenced bringing the law to the Gentiles. Chapter 6. An account of the Egyptian, an account of the Egyptian mother of Moses, and of her raising him up to the Messiah. Moses fleeing to Midian and traveling to the land of his fathers and learning of Shabbat and the vision of Israel. Wake up, Jacob. Wake up, Jacob. Chapter 7. The law. The following account of a session with the Urim ignorance and hard opposition because of the forces of evil. Did not want us to uncover something that they had so, Lord have mercy, so successfully kept hidden for so long. And Satan and Belial, Satan and Belial, Satan and Belial are very afraid of the law of Jeshurun, very afraid of the law of Jeshurun. And I was worried that something would occur that would be able to distract us from getting the law. And it seemed to me almost a certainty that we were not going to be able to get it. But early one morning, the spirit of the Messiah entered into our bedroom, and the Messiah said, get up and look with Europe. Get up and look with Europe. So I went, I sent word out for all the scribes to come and gather. And it was with very short notice that they all came. And this is an account of what was seen. Chapter 8, an account of the holiness of Moses. Can I get a witness? Can I get a witness in the book of remembrance? Can I get a witness from the book of remembrance? Chapter 8, an account of the holiness of Moses and how it came to be such a strong influence among the Midianites. An account of the burning bush. Moses explains the protocol of the court of Pharaoh. Israel becomes free to go. Covenant with Anakasi, Malachi 3:16. The covenant of Abraham with the Most High thy power. Chapter 9, an account of Israel's arrival at the oasis of Midian. The Messiah tells Moses what to teach Israel. Mount Jabal receives the new name of Sinai. Revelation 2:17, the new name, the hidden man of the white stone. Oh yes, Doctrine and Covenants, section 130, verse 11, the new name is the key word. The original purpose and function of the tabernacle. Instructions of how to take the covenant with regards to the law of Jeshurun. Moses goes up to Sinai to write the covenant, the golden calf and the wickedness of Aaron. The golden calf and the wickedness of Aaron. The Levitical law, Hamarum by. Israel becomes permanently divided to follow either Aaron or Moses. Israel becomes permanently divided to follow either Aaron or Moses. The Levitical law versus Shabbat. Shabbat versus the Levitical law. Aaron's son attempt to unalive him. Anakasi takes Sinai unto himself, and the mountain is no more.